1943. The world was engulfed in the flames of World War II. From the bomb-ravaged cities of Europe to the sweltering jungles of the Pacific, a global conflict raged. The United States, thrust into the heart of this war, faced a critical challenge: a lack of reliable information about its enemies and the battlegrounds on which they clashed. Military leaders tasked with making life-or-death decisions found themselves starving for intelligence. Where were the enemy's troops concentrated? What were their capabilities? What were their intentions? The answers to these questions, often shrouded in the fog of war, held the key to victory or defeat. The United States, a nation with a limited history of global intelligence gathering, was ill-prepared for this challenge. Its intelligence agencies, fragmented and often working at cross purposes, struggled to provide the timely and accurate information needed to guide the war effort. A new approach was desperately needed, one that could pierce the veil of secrecy and provide the United States with the knowledge it needed to prevail. Into this void stepped a man who would reshape the intelligence landscape. A man who understood that the first weapon in any conflict is knowledge. General William Wild Bill Donovan. A decorated veteran of World War I, Donovan was a Wall Street lawyer and a trusted advisor to President Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Donovan, a visionary leader with a keen understanding of the importance of intelligence, recognized the critical need for a centralized and professional intelligence service. He understood that victory in modern warfare would hinge not just on military might, but also on the ability to outthink and outmaneuver the enemy. Roosevelt, convinced by Donovan's arguments, tasked him with creating a new kind of intelligence agency, one that could provide the United States with a strategic advantage in the global conflict. This agency, born in the crucible of war, would become the Office of Strategic Services, OSS, the precursor to the Central Intelligence Agency, CIA. The OSS, under Donovan's leadership, quickly established itself as a force to be reckoned with in the shadowy world of espionage. Its agents, recruited from a diverse range of backgrounds, academics, adventurers, soldiers of fortune, fanned out across the globe, gathering intelligence, conducting sabotage operations and supporting resistance movements. From the occupied cities of Europe to the jungles of Southeast Asia, OSS operatives risked their lives to provide the United States with critical information about the enemy. They infiltrated enemy lines, gathered intelligence on troop movements and military capabilities, and sabotaged enemy infrastructure. The OSS, in its brief but impactful existence, proved the value of a dedicated and professional intelligence service. It demonstrated that knowledge gathered through clandestine means could be a decisive factor in warfare. Central to the OSS's success was its focus on basic intelligence, the collection and analysis of fundamental information about foreign countries. This included everything from geography and demographics to political systems and economic conditions. Donovan understood that to effectively combat an enemy, you first had to understand them. He recognized that seemingly mundane information about a country's culture, its history, its people, could be vital in predicting its actions and planning military operations. This emphasis on basic intelligence stemmed from the realization that the United States often lacked even the most rudimentary knowledge of its adversaries. To effectively wage war, to understand the motivations and capabilities of its enemies, the United States needed to develop a deep and nuanced understanding of the world beyond its borders.